Well, this qualitative study is about how social support enables work-life balance of self-employed workers. And work-life balance is an important indicator for health, well-being, etc. And it's often assumed to be a reason to become self-employed. But the self-employed are relatively lonely. They will not receive that much maternity support, for example, from the government, but also they have no colleagues, no supervisor support. So social support is supposed to be especially important in this context. But work-life balance is dependent on the context. So it's not like there's an optimal division between work and life for every worker. It's a personal experience.
And so then, how likely is it to be achieved, that work-life balance, for someone who's self-employed?
Yeah.
Does everybody turn around and say, oh yeah, I've achieved it? Or is it an ongoing thing?
It's an ongoing thing, and this paper also shows that it's influenced by context. So there are individual, but also institutional and cultural conversion factors that make it possible or not to achieve that work-life balance. So at the individual level, for example, there's gender and living together or cohabitation. At the institutional level, that's the financial situation, for example. But also cultural values. For example, in Spain, family is much more important than in the Netherlands and Sweden. So that means that work-life balance has a different meaning and needs different resources or different kinds of social support.
And so the people you were talking to in different countries, was there anyone or a country who came back and you thought, and they told you that they had achieved that work-life balance by being self-employed?
Yeah, I interviewed independent professionals, which are highly educated people, and they all were well aware of their work-life balance, but they all struggled with the boundaries between work and life because they identified so strongly with their work. They made work of their passion, so to say. So they were web designers, architects, for example. And they find it really difficult to distinguish between work and the other life domains, such as the personal, friends, family, etc.